So, welcome back to Embrace the Chaos. It's been a while since I've made any videos. Today we're out in the greenhouse, which I'm a bit embarrassed to even show you how untidy it is. But we're going to start some seeds because it's high time we did. I was just talking to my daughter and saying, yes, if we don't plant the seeds, then all these slugs and snails will drastically have to find their own food instead of the things that we've carefully planted. So, we want to make sure that they're getting plenty of variety in their daily eatings. I went to go and get the compost out of the compost bag, and it is absolutely, the compost is literally full of slugs and snails. So that's not really, what's the word, filling me with confidence that anything's going to grow this year. Also these little bugs, little red and white kind of shield bugs, seem to have been overwintering in my compost. We'll see. So I'm going to start with doing some tomatoes, and because I'm so disorganised this year, I've not even looked at my seeds to see what I've got or what we're going to plant. So it's going to be a surprise. So little baggie that we store our seeds in, let's see what we've got. Ooh, yeah, I've got quite a few tomatoes left. I think there's only a few of each in the packages. Sadly, this is one of my favourites, but I've got no seeds left, so we won't be planting that. Let's find some that we have got some of. These are a variety called Ace 55. And these are beautiful, sweet. I want to call them a beefsteak tomato. We've not had luck with them getting as big as a beefsteak tomato, but they are of that type and they are particularly tasty. So, I've got a few of these. So, and now I've got far too many out into my hand because we're not going to grow that many. So I've started off with this, I think it's a 5-inch pot, in the hopes of not needing to pot up too many times. I'm going to put probably, let's just think, I think I can probably do 5 seeds in each pot, and we'll see how they germinate. These seeds are all a little bit older. I think they're possibly 3-year-old seeds. And my seed storage is not the best, so we'll see how they germinate. It did well last year, and didn't get a huge amount of fruit last year. Last year was pretty terrible for everything here. So my idea is we're planting a little bit earlier in the hopes that they get a little bit more established before the super hot comes. Right, let's start as we mean to go on. We will label them. This is a standing joke in my family that I never know what is in what pot, and as I say, it's luck of the draw is what actually grows. So these were the Ace. I've got a pen that doesn't really want to write well, so that's a great start, isn't it? Ace 55. These are an heirloom tomato. And as I say, a particularly tasty one. So let's set that to the side. Okay, what else have we got? Indigo blue is next. These, I think, tomatoes were all my daughter Georgia's before she moved back to the UK. So she is a tomato aficionado. And really enjoyed growing all the different varieties, but to be honest, the only decent tomato year we had was when she was doing the gardening. So let's pop these in. Again, I'm just going to go with 5 just now. My plan will be to succession sow but whether that actually happens or not, time will tell. I'm going to put 6 in there just because there happened to be 6 in my hand. Right, that was Indigo Blues, wasn't it? Again, I think last year these grew well, but we didn't have very many tomatoes at the end of the day because my timing had got that it was just so hot that everything stopped putting fruit out. And we had, for a while we had a lot of flowers, but then nothing much got to fruiting. And then this one is Oxheart Black. Again, these are all heirloom tomatoes which my daughter had collected or bought because she loved her tomatoes. Pop those in. I still consider myself a novice when it comes to growing. I never know if I'm planting things too deeply or whatever. Let me just pop the seeds in a little divot, cover them up and hope for the best. Where did I put the pen? I had a pen. You and I both know I had a pen. Here we go. Indigos. No, that wasn't indigos. You see, I've done it already. That wasn't indigos. Those were Oxhearts, weren't they? Those were Oxheart Blacks. Because that one's already, oh my goodness. Oxhearts. So I start off with good intentions and I try to label things, but 9 times out of 10 the labels get lost or I've mislabeled to start with. We have a whole bunch more tomatoes here. I'm just going to quickly go through the varieties. I'm not going to plant them all today. We've got Snowberry. We've got Banana Legs. These are really sweet little, usually about this size tomato, which I love to spark on. This is a black cherry tomato. Black cherry tomato. Don't know if I've had much luck with those. Physalis, of course, which usually grows here pretty well, but I think the chickens ate them all last year. I've got a few more seeds left of Inverno. This one's a lovely one sliced up in salad. It's a green tomato and I've forgotten what it's called, a green zebra. Green zebra tomato. Tie-dyes, doesn't have a picture on. These are among my favourites. In fact, I will plant some tie-dyes just now. I'll just grab some compost quickly into a pot. I'll put maybe 4 tie-dyes in this early batch. And then I think the only other ones I'm going to plant right now is a hybrid cherry tomato, and that's just a standard one that's available locally here because A, we've got them, and B, the children love them, and they are an early crop variety, so a lot of the cherry tomatoes are very quick growing. So we'll pop these in. That was the tie-dyes. Tie-dyes end up at a decent size tomato, usually about this sort of size, with a range of colour on them, and they're just a super sweet slicing tomato, and they look pretty as well. And we did well with them. They were one of the ones that actually cropped really well for us last year. Okay, let's just get a pot for the cherries. I'm down in slightly smaller pots now. These are, I don't know, is that 3-inch, 4-inch pots? I'm not quite sure. I'll just pop them. Pop the standard hybrid, it just is called a red cherry tomato, which is available in all the local shops over here. I'll get some of those in. If I can get into them at all. Huge packet, not so many seeds. There we go. So more ones that we have to plant later. We've got Romas. Again, this is actually a hybrid, local Portuguese variety, which I'll plant a little bit later, and I'll just do one big crop of those hopefully. And the San Marzanos, which I also really enjoyed for our canning, but I'll put a whole bunch of them in a little later. So that's this. That's, hang on a minute, what did I just plant? People, tell me, what did I just plant? It was just the red cherries, wasn't it? Got the pen, got the marker. Cherries. Okay. So that's just for the first round. I'm just planting the 5 varieties for just now. I will do the main varieties in a week or so for the canning varieties and a few more different ones. I hope you guys can hear me. I haven't got a microphone or anything, so go in the bag. Go in the bag. No, don't go in upside down, because that's just asking for disasters. Okay, so the only other things that I was going to plant today, what chances have I got, folks? But even, let me show you, even the stored compost is full of snails. There's a baby snail for the chickens. We can only try our best, can we? Right, so that's those done. Put them up on a shelf. Hold on, I need to clear a shelf. Well, I don't really need to clear a shelf. I need to find a watering tray for them. Oh, look at that. This watering tray is actually going to fit. Sorry, you're a little bit high up to see this. It's just an old meat tray that I'm using for the watering tray. And we're going to pop those up here somewhere. I think we'll move the cauldron. There's snails everywhere. I wonder if I've got another lid that I can put on to deter the snails a little bit. Guys, why have I got a screwdriver like this out in the greenhouse? I ask you. Oh, there's some other kind of creature's eggs in there. Oh, pop those on. Don't let me forget to give them a water before I go. I'll put some water in their tray. So I'll just have a turn you around and we'll have a quick chat about what else I'm planning to start just now. So yeah, other things that I want to get started. We're going to try some Romanesque. Again, this is a locally available Romanesque. And this is my I'm going to start soon seeds pile, just thrown into a basket. We're going to have a go at some red cabbage. We were doing really well growing cabbages, and then the horses got into the garden and ate them. Some celery, lots of different herbs, some spinach, asparagus. I'm going to just direct sow the asparagus and see if it comes away. We have got wild asparagus growing underneath some of the orange trees, so I'm kind of hopeful that might go. Some little cornflowers. Let me see what other vegetables. Carrots, we're going to try yet again with carrots. Rhubarb. Zinnias, I didn't manage to grow any zinnias last year at all. I don't know what that is, guys. Mirabilis. I'm mixing this all up. Beetroots. Just a whole bunch of herbs. And I don't know, can anybody tell me if in zone 9 we're too early to do some spaghetti squash? Is it too early to plant those? Anyway, I'm not going to get them done today because my weary body says standing up is not to be encouraged. So I'm just going to very quickly pop through. I want to get some basil started. So there's some cinnamon basil there, because I love my basil. There's hibiscus, black-eyed Susans, cosmos, whirlybirds, what's this called again? Goodness me, I can't remember and I can't unfurl it. Cumin. I'll try some cumin, but really just for the bees. Marigolds, indigo, thyme. Now that's marked as thyme, but it used to be something else, and I have a feeling that that's not what's in the packet anymore, so that might be a surprise. As I say, this is just the first grab of seeds I'd like to get started. Some of the medicinals as well, some vervain, coneflowers, more marigolds. What is this one? Oh, hyssop. I'd love to get a good patch of hyssop going this year. I really missed having that for my teas. Calendulas. I don't know what that is. And there's some more basils. That's the Thai basil. So I'm going to just pop those in some pots today. Another basil and lemon basil. So let's get those potted up for today. And I think we'll call it quits. The joy of having chronic fatigue is that standing up for a little while you start to get back pain and a little bit breathless. So ridiculous. Okay, so again, I am just going to... Actually, I'll put these, because none of them are particularly deep rooted, I'm going to put them in some of these reused containers, which were, believe it or not, all washed off. They're just not now because they've been sat out all winter and they're covered in snail poop. But the idea is the snails won't get the herbs. Okay, I think I'm going to sign off there for today. I hope everybody's having a wonderful seed growing start time, and we'll see if I manage to get anything to survive the slugs and snails here in Portugal this year. Ciao ciao. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and leave me a comment. What tomato varieties are you planting this year?